Hey everyone, it's Duckwood StarCraft here with another replay of Dirge the Protoss versus Poi the Zerg. And I know this was casted before, but I forgot to record the sound, so I kind of had to recast it because I'm not good at this. So, one question I had for you guys, if any of you knew, and if you could like leave it in the comments or something, how would I get an overlay over the timer? Because I mean, I could make one or have one of my friends do it, but the problem is I wouldn't know. I don't know how I could get it on this. So if any of you guys know, can you like post it in the comments or something? So right now it's just like nothing special going on, because you can't unless you're doing something like a 6-pool or something crazy like that, you can't really do much like special right now. So yeah, pylon finishing, probes being chrono boosted. It's really just average. So and guys, if you want, you can like post comments because you know how I just got the intro? I'd love to know how you guys like that. Like if it's just an annoyance or whatever. If it's cool. So yeah. So gas finishing for Poi, spawning pool going down, gateway, just the average, nothing special. Probes being chrono boosted, drone and overlord. But yeah. Oh, and here's the epically awesome dancing probe that's halfway into the ground. Seen that like 5 times now. Watched this replay so many times. And I never get tired of it. So, cybernetics core, gas being saturated. Same here. Oh, and also, would you guys rather me not do this box like when I'm talking about stuff, or do you think it helps focusing things? Just one of those things. I'm trying to get better. So that kind of feedback is always appreciated, even if it's negative. So an evolution chamber going down. Upgrades are always good. Warp gates being researched. Just, it is literally the average stuff for both races. There's nothing special about this build, the builds that each race is going. Zerglings. So, right here, probe getting chased. So, a fast +1 coming up, which I like, because, obviously, attack upgrades and armor upgrades are always good when you're doing an attack on someone. Pylon going down to block the expansion, always extremely annoying. Good cancel. Queen, hatchery. So the expansion's coming down now, around like 24 or 5-ish supply. So another 2 gateways. Probe. So the second gas came up for Dirge. Ooh, not the best force field. But then he sacrificed his Zergling for no reason. Yeah, that force field is not good, because that's one less force field he'll have. Like, if these sentries don't hit 200 energy before the next battle, that's one less force field they could have had. Just, it's always good to get a Protoss to waste force fields. So in my opinion, nicely timed Nexus here, going the 3-gate expand build, which is pretty popular with the higher level players. Getting the forge for cannons and upgrades, always good. So a lot of lings coming out, like 10 or 12 or so, which in my opinion is a lot, and they could have been drones. And, I mean, he knows he's expanding. So, and here comes an attack. That, a +1 timing push, because it's coinciding with the finishing of the +1 attacks upgrade. That's a lot of sentries, which is always good for defending against, like, Lings and Banelings and all those melee units. And that is not good. All of these sentries are, like, gonna die. Like, 90% of them. See? That's a lot of dead sentries. Robotics Bay coming down, which I think is good. So right here is what the problem is, where the problem starts for Poi. He has Dirge under pressure. Who as a Protoss player would think about pushing out right now? You just expanded. You don't even have any probes here. Why wouldn't Poi back off and expand and mass drones? You'd have such a big advantage. Because right now, you're down by 15 drones. So why not back off, mass drones, and expand? In a few minutes, you'll be extremely far ahead. So like, obviously, this is cool, and it's really fun to watch, but it's just not the best thing to do. And another thing is, the problem, and I like the robotics bay, because Robo is always good for observers and all that stuff, but it should have been placed, like, here. Because if he switches to something like roaches, he could just snipe this. Just one of those things that you can think about when you're setting up your base with your buildings. So now he actually has Banelings coming in. 9 of them at the moment. So +1 attacks coming in, which is really cool for Protoss versus Zerg, because +1 attacks makes Zealots 2-shot Lings instead of 3. Or it may be 1-shot instead of 2, but I think it's 2-shot. And those were some okay force fields, but he still lost his entire army. Warp-ins, always fun. That was a crazy Baneling shot. Just hit a bunch of probes and almost killed him. So right now, Zerg is actually ahead, which right now, back off and start droning. Those are not drones. That would be 24 Zerglings. And there's no expansion going down like there should be. So good, getting Scout off. But really, these Zerglings should not exist right now. They should all be drones. And he just has such a bigger advantage than he does now. Because, I mean, of course it's good to press the attack, but, I mean, you know you're not going to win. I mean, I don't think you'd win this, like 90% of the time. You're going to get pushed back eventually. So, why not back off and just mass stuff? Mass drones, expand, maybe tech up to Roach Hydra, stuff like that. Okay, and why did he make an Immortal when it was mass Zergling? Just another one of those things to think about. So, yeah. There really isn't too much happening right now. And what I would love is, like, right over here, if you made a starport. That would be hilarious, because that would probably kill him. If he made, like, 3 Void Rays and went in. Just be, like, an insta-win. Because it's pretty obvious all-in mass Zergling Baneling. And this is... And, I mean, Sentry Zealot is a great counter. Wow, I just killed the Forge there. That's nice. But, really, the hard counter to, like, air is really effective against things which cannot attack it. Just throwing that out there. It's pretty hard. And Zerg can't do much damage versus them because they're kinda really low on anti-air tier 1. And I mean, look, I don't think he even has his lair yet. Yeah, he doesn't. So, come in and just, like, own him in the face. That would be really funny. But sadly, just gonna say right now, it does not happen. That would be crazy, though. Ooh, nice run by here. Oh, that is awesome. He left some zealots up here to deal with any Zergling run-bys like that. So, it's really... because you have to actually focus fire probes if there's an attacking enemy unit. So it just becomes that much more annoying to kill probes. More probe kills. So right now, Zerg is behind, and would have been so much farther ahead if he hadn't done that, and if he hadn't kept this up. But I mean, of course it's good. Like, aggression is good, but eventually you really should kind of pull back and expand and take advantage of the pressure and get a huge economic lead. That was a strange force field, but whatever. So this Nexus is actually almost dead, which is pretty crazy. 200, like a little bit above 200 HP, which I like. I mean, at least he's been focused. Like, this is good. If you're gonna keep up the aggression, keep hitting stuff. Don't just run. If you're just gonna keep running around and killing your units, at least hurt stuff. What would be really funny? Ooh, that was really close. Holy crap. He almost saw all these banelings got free kills, but he didn't. That would have been awesome if he wasn't there and just ran in with the banelings and just sniped this Nexus. That would have been awesome. So yeah, like right now he's making a spire. Like, you're running off. No, you just put one drone on each of these geysers, and you have none over here, and you're expecting to be able to afford a spire. You need at least both bases fully saturated to do it. So he's just now saturating it, and he only has like 200 gas. Sure, he'll get out a few, but he would have been able to get out so many more if he had these and these running. So, okay, you cannot fund banelings, roaches, and mutalisks all off 2 bays. It's not going to happen. Extractor's coming up. He's actually supply blocked. Awesome observer of scouting stuff. So, here's what happens when you don't back off, and you stay on Zerglings. You just kind of die. Like, look at this. He had a huge amount of Zerglings. Now he's got what? 10? Plus a few banelings. It's going to be hard to come back from this, even if you survive. Horrible force fields, by the way. That one's much better. Yeah, this is the advantage of getting this many sentries. He had like 10 when he came down here. He's been throwing up force fields the entire way, and there's been absolutely no like open space for the Zerg to get a surround on. And now it's pretty much just a good game. Killed the Nexus, almost no units. Now I can just move up here, kill this, and there's the good game. So yeah, really, all we need to know for this, like, Zerg could have won this if after he got ahead in drones, he backed off, mass drones, and expanded either here, here, or here. Preferably here, though, because it's much more defendable if you break down these rocks. So that's all for now, guys. This is Duckwood StarCraft. See you later.